But for brothers and sisters who are looking to return to Africa for spiritual purposes, which we certainly encourage that, we commend that, you still have to have a political economic component to your repatriation agenda. And I'm saying that because I don't want brothers and sisters showing up back home in Africa looking for work. You should have brought the economic opportunity for you. Don't go to Africa looking for anything. You should be coming to Africa to bring some opportunity. What business are you going to start? What initiative are you going to start? What type of community-based programs are you going to create? Do not become a dependency on the continent. All the brothers and sisters we heard from today, they brought opportunity to Africa. The sister we just heard from, she's in business. She is contributing to the economic growth of Rwanda. We have to have that entrepreneurial mindset. We have to have a mindset of independence so that when African leadership looks at the repatriation movement, they will welcome it because the repatriates who are coming back are a blessing and a benefit to the community. We do not want to go back to Africa and be a hindrance to the community. We have to be a blessing. So that's a very important point. Another point, you got to have a plan. Yes, I know people who just packed up and moved to Africa and they are doing quite well. But when I go on YouTube, I also see some reactionary brothers and sisters posting videos about why you don't want to move to Africa. And for the life of me, if you had a bad experience, why would you want to bias someone else with your negative experience before they had a chance to experience on their own? When people go on vacation somewhere, not everybody enjoys Las Vegas. Not everybody enjoys Los Angeles. Not everybody enjoys New York City. Some people have bad experiences. Most people have a great experience. So if somebody is interested in going back home to Africa, why would you create a video that tries to distract them about reconnecting with their ancestral roots? That's absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you want to do a video that tells brothers and sisters to be cautious about this or prepare for this or make sure you understand this, if you want to do it in an educational way, that's fine. But to flat out tell brothers and sisters not to go home because your experience wasn't a good one, I think that is very, very, very sad. It is very sad. One thing the sister said that really stuck out to me is she said that the African governments need to have a representative for the repatriation community. That is powerful. That is something that I have recommended in the past. It's something that I'm going to speak on when I get to the African Union next Thursday for African Liberation Day, because it's one thing to tell us you are welcome home. It's something entirely different to hold our hands a little bit when we come home and make sure the transition is as smooth as possible. We know that in Ethiopia, for example, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, he bequeathed land to the African diasporan community in the area of Shashamani. And from what I understand, up until now, we really haven't made a lot of use of it. We do have expatriates in Shashamani, but still, there's so much room for a lot more development there in Ethiopia. I know for me, when I look at the communities that I want to come to in Africa, and of course, I wish I could go to all of them. I wish I could divide myself up 54, 55 times and go everywhere, but we're not on this earth long enough to do that. And there's not enough time in the year to do that. So I'm really looking at countries who have the greatest need. We know that Ethiopia, the cradle of civilization, is one of the poorest nations in the world. And so for me, when I talk about education, and for those who are interested in farming and nursing and healthcare, I know for a fact that many of our East African countries could benefit a lot from that, although they all could, but I'm really looking at Ethiopia also because of the child sex trafficking market. Ethiopia and Haiti are two of the most highly trafficked countries when it comes to foreign adoption. Many of these white entertainers are adopting Ethiopian children and Haitian children. And they're not doing it because they love African babies. If you want a black baby, you can get one right here in America. You don't have to go to Africa to get a black baby or go to Haiti to get an African child. They do it, brothers and sisters. They do it because places like Haiti and Ethiopia that are still developing, they don't really have the infrastructure to track the adoptions that are made to foreign adoptive parents. So if you want to sexually traffic an Ethiopian child, if you want to sexually traffic a Haitian child and do so under the disguise of international adoption, it's very easy to do it because those countries don't have the infrastructure to keep up with you and to find out what you're doing with their children over the long run. Not to get off topic, I want to jump back on, and I'm going to be quiet in a few minutes just to see if there's any questions and answers. But I do want to remind brothers and sisters that today is the anniversary of the MOVE bombing that took place here in Philadelphia back in the 1980s when Wilson Goode, a black mayor, first black mayor of Philadelphia, along with a racist police chief, Frank Rizzo, an Italian, they dropped a bomb on our MOVE community here. And I believe they killed at least 9 Africans, including children there. And the only 2 survivors was our good sister, Ramona Africa, who's still with us. And of course, Birdie Africa, who was a child at the time, who I think may now be an ancestor. So just keep the MOVE family in your heart. Ramona will be doing a live later on the MOVE situation. So if anybody wants that flyer, please message me on WhatsApp for that or text me for it. And also today, the wife of General Deion Kimathi, who is the leader of the Kenyan Land and Freedom Army, the so-called Mau Mau Army, his wife passed away on May the 4th at the ripe young age of 96. And she was laid to rest today in Kenya on this very day. I got word from brothers and sisters there that she was laid to rest. And this is the wife who I would argue of probably one of the most revolutionary African generals we have ever seen, in Deion Kimathi, who was hanged by the British on February the 17th, 1857, buried in an unmarked grave. And we still don't know where General Deion Kimathi is buried. But we want to send condolences and heartfelt love, sympathies, and support to the family of Deion Kimathi and of his wife, who is now with the ancestors. Last couple points I want to make. We need a point of contact for repatriates for each country. I would like, as I said earlier, I want all of you, every one of you, if you don't mind, if you are living full-time on the continent and you repatriated there from the diaspora, whether you came from the Caribbean, the UK, the States, Canada, South America, it doesn't matter. If you're living there full-time, I would greatly appreciate it if you sent me a message on WhatsApp. And I would also ask that you let me know if it's okay to share your contact information with brothers and sisters who are interested in repatriating. Because one of the things I'm going to do subsequent to this, Brother Kareem, is I'm going to have a live on repatriation to motivate and inspire brothers and sisters to get involved in the repatriation movement. And I want to share Brother Kareem's contact and everyone else's contact. Okay, so if they're interested in going to Tanzania, they have somebody they can set up a visit with. They're interested in going to Zambia, they're interested in going to Rwanda, they can link with the Queen Mother who spoke earlier. We got other brothers and sisters from the UK and the US over there. Please get in contact with me. And my WhatsApp number, which is the same as my direct cell number for brothers and sisters who are here in the States, it's area code 215-989-9858. That is 215-989-9858. Make sure you put a +1 in front of that for my international Africans. Make sure you put a +1, 215-989-9858. But I'm looking forward to a repatriation conference on African soil. I'm looking forward to being there. I'm looking forward to bringing brothers and sisters with me. And I'm looking forward to having a conversation with all the brothers and sisters who have now repatriated to the mother continent, so I can have a conversation with them so I can properly introduce brothers and sisters as it relates to the right place to go. And so I can also make some decisions for myself as it relates to building more schools on the African continent, more FDMG academies. And I will leave it there. Black Power.